welcome to our mat. So we're going to start today's practice. Just kneeling or sitting on your bum in cross-legged position or on a chair if that feels better for you. Just let yourself come to a position where you can sort of just sit upright. And you may need to prop yourself up with some cushions or some cushions and blankets potentially. Just especially if your back is a bit tight or your hips are tight. Allow your eyes to close. And then start to purse your lips as if you're sucking on a straw. Begin to breathe in and out through that straw. To create a bit of a gentle cooling motion. And as you start to cool yourself and slow your breath, you may start to find that you're allowing yourself to then just pay attention a bit more inwardly. So let everything else go. Try to let go of the overthinking, the analyzing, the schedule, the to-dos, the what-ifs, the I should-haves. Just let yourself be here and cool yourself with your breath. Start to slowly soften your mouth to come back to a more natural breath. Lower your chin toward your chest and try to reach your shoulder blades a little bit more toward each other. As you draw your chin down, reach your shoulders back ever so slightly. Roll your right ear over toward your right shoulder. And then slowly draw your chin down toward your chest. Bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Chin down to your chest. Come around to the right. Chin to the chest. Around to the left. Bring your chin back down, and then slowly draw your head back up. Take a deep breath and reach your arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down to your side and just stretch out through that left side of your body. Really make it like a crescent moon shape with your spine. And maybe just let your head be pointing up or down, whatever feels better for your neck. But whichever hand is lower, try pushing the floor away from you with that lower hand to keep your shoulder out of your ear. Inhale to come back up. Exhale your left hand down. Move to the other side. Side bend the other way. Press the floor away from you. Head up or down. Come all the way back up. Take your right arm and bring it behind you. So have your thumb turned down and reach your right arm behind you. And then with your left hand, either pull on the hand or grab your elbow. So use your left hand to sort of just pull that right arm over a little more. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Turn your chin and nose down as if you're sniffing your armpit. And then lean back a little bit. And then as you lean back, start to draw your front ribs in. So lean back with the back of your ribs a little bit more as well. So you're not flaring out your chest. Come forward, bring your head back up through center, release your arms. Just make a few circles as you notice the difference left and right. And then take your left arm, thumb down, and reach behind you. Either grab a hold of your hand or your opposite elbow. Pull your ribs in as you lean back a bit. Draw your chin down. Head over to to the right. Lower your chin and nose down and lean back a little bit. Pull your back ribs back a little bit. Lift your head back up, come back to center, release your arms. Make a few nice big circles with your arms. And then bring your forearms to the ground with your palms down. Lift your bum up to come up to a hands and knees, but elbows and knees position. Have your knees under your hips, roughly hip distance apart. And then we're just going to lower the shoulders. So it's actually the protracting and retracting of the shoulders. Retract and protract. What do you think? Retract and protract. Oh. So it's just like doing a push-up with just your shoulders. Just moving through a bit of that mobility. Do 2 more. And 1 more. Come to a neutral spot, so somewhere in between the two. We're just going to move our shoulders forward and back. So we're just moving forward and back, using the torso to help it. You can even pull back a bit further and try to pull your head away from your shoulders as you go forward and into your shoulders as you go back. Come to a neutral spot. Press down with your forearms. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, and then step your legs back one at a time to come into a forearm plank. And in your forearm plank, then draw length between your belly button and pubic bone. Reach your tailbone toward your heels. And then just pulse a little bit forward and back. Lengthen the sides of your waist, lengthen the sides of your neck. Two more, 1 more, and then bring your thighs to the ground, untuck your toes. You can even widen your feet as wide as your mat and just press yourself up into a nice Sphinx pose and just close your eyes. Maybe even come back to that cooling breath. Just getting that gentle extension in the upper back. If you're pregnant, you can do this on your elbows and knees instead of going on your belly, or you can have a cushion underneath your chest or your pelvis to help create some space for your friend. Then stack your forearms, bring your forearms together, stack your forearms, bring your forehead down to the ground, bring your legs back together, and then draw your right leg out to the right, just to come into a nice little soft reclined, not reclined, but prone frog, half of a frog. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, press your right knee down into the ground, your right shin into the ground, just to feel a little bit more intensity. And then on your inhale, release. Exhale, press down. You won't see much of a movement, but you should feel quite a bit in your leg. Inhale to release. Last one, exhale to press. Release on your inhale. Bring your right leg back. Swap sides. Bring your left leg out to the left. Let yourself be in that reclined position. I keep saying reclined. I don't mean reclined because we're not reclined, we're prone. Deep breath in, and then exhale, press that left shin down against the ground. Inhale to release. Exhale to press. Inhale to release. Exhale to press. 1 more of those. Inhale to release. exhale to press. Bring your left leg back. Bring your hands back by your low ribs. Press yourself back up to hands and knees. Widen your knees, push your hips to your heels, come into a child's pose. Let your elbows be a bit wide so you're not reaching all the way forward. You're a bit softer in the shoulders and arms. Draw yourself back up to hands and knees. Bring your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. And take an inhale to a cat-cow position. Lower your belly, lift your gaze, lift your seat. Exhale, round your spine into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. One more inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Come back to sitting on your heels. Bring your arms up to the back. Now turn a bit so you can see. Bring your arms out to the sides. Have your palms face up. And then start to soften your elbows down a little bit. And then as you soften your elbows down, we're just going to move our forearms forward and back. Just a few of these, just moving. And then start to bring your chest into it a little bit. So it's kind of like a cat-cow in your chest as you start to move your arms forward and back. Two more breaths. One more breath. And come back to open arms. And we're just going to circle our hands into little semicircles with our hands, like you're waving your palm around a floating balloon. So you're going from internal to external rotation. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then lower your hands down by your sides. Come back to your mat. Tuck your toes under. Press your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels in your down dog. Shake out your head. No. Shake your head. Yes. And bring yourself forward to a high plank. Knees down to the ground. Come all the way down to your belly. Exhale. Untuck your toes as you arrive, and then inhale to lift up to a gentle cobra. Keep your elbows reaching back toward your heels. Exhale your chest back down to the ground. Inhale up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, and exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your thumbs, place your left knee down. We're just going to round our spine over that front knee as we just come into our first lunge pose. Just allow yourself to almost melt your chest over that thigh. Allow your legs to start to feel heavy as if they're sinking through your mat. And then tent your fingertips. Pull your shoulders up and back. And then take an inhale to lift your chest up, sort of like you're going into cat pose. And then exhale, round your spine. Oh, this one's like cat. The first one was cow. I don't know what I'm speaking today. It's too hot for thinking. Inhale to lift your chest up. Exhale, round. One more inhale to lift up. And this time as we exhale, pull your hips back to straighten your front leg as you round your spine. And your leg might not go super straight. Mine is not. My legs are very tight today. You can walk your hands back so they stay under your shoulders if that helps. But try not to sit on that back heel. Keep your inner thighs reaching together. Really push down with your front heel for one more breath. And then inhale to come back. Bend into that front knee again, and then exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. Bring your left foot forward between your hands, place your right knee down. And then allow your upper body to melt over that front thigh. Allow your legs to feel heavy. Allow your heart to rest down. Allow your head to be heavy. And then tent your fingertips. Pull your shoulders up and back, and then inhale to lift your chest up into a cow-like shape, or sort of like upward dog. Exhale, round your spine over your leg. Inhale, lift your chest up. Maybe you start to feel your legs push down as you lift your chest up. And then exhale, melt your chest back down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Last one as you inhale to lift, hips back on your exhale. Walk your hands back, draw your inner thighs together. And then push down with that front heel. It doesn't need to be a big amount of effort, but just have that downward motion. Start to come forward into that front foot. Plant your palms down and exhale, downward facing dog. Pull yourself forward to a high plank. Exhale down to your belly. Untuck your toes as you arrive. And then bring your right leg out to the right like we did before. Bring your hands off of your mat to the sides. Tent your fingertips or keep your palms on the ground, whatever feels better for your wrists. And just inhale to a cobra with the frog leg. Push down with your leg, push down with your hands, lift your low belly up. Maybe twist a little bit like a drunken cobra frog. Keep your low belly gently lifted. That'll help protect the low back. And then exhale, come back down to your belly. Swap legs. Hands back off the mat if you brought them in. Inhale to lift your chest up. As you exhale, press down a bit with your legs, draw your low belly up. And do a little bit of a twist, a little mini. Just looking back behind you like, who's back there? What's going on back there? Come back to center. Lower yourself back down. Hands to the mat, straighten both legs. Press yourself up, hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to the outside of your mat on the right. Keep your left knee lifted. And to start to feel the heaviness of your pelvis push down toward the ground. If you need to put your knee down, you absolutely can. But we're just working on a little bit of that leg strength. Draw your low belly up. Draw your low ribs up. Take one more breath here. Exhale it completely. And then walk your hands forward a palm's distance or more if you have that space. And then over to the left so that you're reaching away from that front leg. Come back to center. Place your back knee down. Untuck your back toe. Turn your right foot to the right. And then push your right knee away from you just a bit. Use your forearm or use your hand. And then press down with your back shin. And then imagine trying to slide it forward toward your front heel. Like you're trying to drag that back shin up. Back to center. Place your palms down, bring your foot back, and step your right foot back, hands and knees. Circle your hips around. Circle the other way. Step back, downward facing dog. Then bring your left foot to the outside of the left side of your mat. Keep your right knee lifted. Allow a feeling of your feet pushing down into the mat. Tone your low belly. Draw your low ribs up as your pelvis gets heavier. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then bring your hands forward, a palm's distance or a little bit more if you have that space, and then over to the right, away from your bent leg. Bring your hands back to center. Place your back knee down, untuck your toes, and then turn your left foot out to the left, and then press it gently away from you with your forearm or your hand. And then imagine dragging your back shin forward until you feel a gentle toning in your low belly and a lengthening on the front of your back thigh. Bring your forearm back down, turn your toes back forward, and then step back to a downward facing dog. Bring yourself forward to a high plank. Lower yourself down to your belly, and then prop yourself up onto your forearms so you're in a Sphinx pose. Now from the forearms being up, bend your right leg. And you can either keep your left forearm forward or turn it in a bit. Reach your right hand back to grab a hold of your right foot. And then pull your right heel toward the center of your bum cheek or just a little bit out to the side of your hip. So your heel is grazing the side of your bum cheek. Try to pull your shoulder blade back. So instead of having your shoulder blade down, try opening up that, getting that external rotation. And then push down with your knee, with your right knee, as you pull your heel toward your bum. Take one more breath. Exhale to release. Come back to center, and we'll just swap sides. So bring your right forearm to a supportive place forward at an angle, all the way in. Bend your left knee. Bring your left hand back and grab a hold of that left foot and pull your heel towards your bum or the side of your bum. And as you do that, then start to press your knee down. One more breath here. And then start to release that left foot. Bring your left forearm back down. Hands back by your low ribs. Press yourself up and back to hands and knees. Bring your forearms forward. Elbows to the ground, forehead to the ground. Stick your bum up in the air. Let your chest be heavy down to the ground. Into a puppy dog or melting heart pose. Some people like to do this with a cushion or a block under their chest or under their forehead. It's up to you what feels best for your body. Press down into your forearms to lift your head back up. Bring your forearms back. Palms to the ground. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Come into a standing forward fold. Have your feet hip distance apart. Soften your knees. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And slowly start to roll yourself up. Pull your shoulders onto your back as you arrive. And then start to just make some nice big movements with your arms. Just big circles as if you're swimming on your back. One more. Then change direction. This time, finish with your arms up high, interlace your fingers, and then arch over to the left as you exhale. If you notice yourself leaning forward, try to come up a little bit more. So you don't need to lean to the side that much, just try to keep your body in one plane. Inhale back through center, and then exhale the other way. Inhale back to center. Exhale to release your hands. Interlace your fingers to your low back. Lift your chest up. Stretch your arms down as you take a deep breath in. Soften your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Straighten one leg at a time, as if you're pedaling. It doesn't need to actually go straight, but just make one leg straighter than the other at a time. Back to center, release your hands down to the ground. Bend your knees a bit more, lower your bum, and then start to reach your arms up to come into a chair pose. Good, soften your shoulders, soften your face in your chair pose. Then reach your right arm back, and then swap sides, left arm back, right arm forward. Swap sides. We're just going to take a few breaths like that. Move your head to look back at the backward arm. Two more breaths. One more breath. Come back to center. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Step your right leg back. Turn your right heel out. So your right foot points 90 degrees from your left. Come up to warrior two. Have your left foot heel in line with your right foot arch. Soften your shoulders. Bend your elbows a little bit. Maybe have your palms start to face up. Bend your front knee a little more. And try to keep your front knee in the same line as your front foot, so it's not going in or out from that front foot, just in the same line. Push down with both of your heels. And then as you inhale, reach your arms up, straighten both your legs. Exhale to reach your arms over to the side, coming into a triangle variation. Both legs nice and straight. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, turn to the left. Bring your hands down to your shin or to the ground around your front foot. On your next inhale, pivot your back heel up, bend your front knee. Exhale, step forward, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, fold forward. Step your left leg back, turn your left foot out 90 degrees and come up to warrior two again. Have your palms face a bit up, maybe soften in the elbows. Soften into that front knee to reach it in the same line as your middle toe. Bend that front knee, straighten that back leg, and push down with both of your heels. On your inhale, inhale, straighten both your legs, reach your arms up. Keep your legs as straight as you can. As you exhale, reach over to the right. Triangle variation. Push your top shoulder blade back a little bit more. Inhale to come back up. Turn to face the front of your mat and exhale. Fold over that front leg, hands to your shin or to the ground. Pivot your back heel up, bend your front knee. Exhale to step forward, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Push down through your heels. Inhale to reach your arms all the way up. Exhale your hands back to your heart. Bring your hands onto your hips. Spread your toes, push down with your feet, maybe even rock a bit, front and back, side to side, to get that nice even balance onto your feet, and then press the weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up to your chest. We're going to do a slow motion walk with that right leg. So straighten your right leg as much as you can, and then sweep it all the way back. Bend the knee, and then pull the knee up. Straighten the leg. Sweep it back, bend, pull it up, sweep it back, bend, pull it up. One more of those, sweep it back, bend, knee up, and then bring your knee out to the side and forward, side, forward, side, forward, side. Keep it at the side. Bring your heel to your thigh for tree pose. Your thigh or your shin, calf, or big toe on the ground. I'll show you from the side. Just try to avoid pressing against that knee joint. It's unlikely that you're going to actually push the knee joint out to the side, but why risk it? Really push down with your standing leg. Press your head upward. And then squeeze your buttocks so you really get that external rotation in that front leg. Reach your arms up and just let your arms sort of be soft and sway like a tree in the breeze. One more breath here. Woo! Bring your right knee forward. Place your foot back down. Shake out your legs. Hands to your hips. Spread your toes. Even out that weight into your right foot. Tone your low belly as you draw your left knee up. Keep the sides of your waist long, and straighten your left leg. Sweep it back, bend the knee. Draw your knee up, straighten the leg, sweep it back and bend. Knee up, straighten, sweep back, bend. Knee up, straighten, sweep back, bend. Last one, up, straighten, sweep back, bend, come up, and then out, forward, to the side, forward, to the side, forward, to the side. One more, and then we're going to hold it out to the side. Pull the heel up towards your bum, and then place your foot on your right leg, where it feels right. Squeeze your buttocks, push down with your standing leg, reach your arms up. Just have that little sway in your tree pose. One more breath. Bring your left knee forward, place your left foot back down. Lower your arms back down. Sort of shake out your heels. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Shimmy your whole body. And then stop. Close your eyes. Let yourself be still and resist the urge to fidget, and just let yourself be with that buzz after the stillness. Be with the difficult breaths, with the heart beating, with the silence and the stillness. Just be with yourself in all of your glory. Flutter your eyes open. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back. Place your right knee down. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. And as you exhale in, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Push down with your legs. And then imagine trying to drag your right knee toward your left heel. Take one more breath in. Exhale your hands down around your front foot. Push down with your right hand. Inhale your left hand up. And as you exhale, make big circles with your left arm. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your back toe under, lift your knee up and step back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up to the air. Bend your knee and stack your right hip over your left. Try to keep your armpits parallel to the ground. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, bring your right knee forward to your right wrist. Bring your shin across to the left for pigeon pose. Walk your left leg back a bit. And allow yourself to come down onto your forearms. From your forearms, press your palms against each other. Let your head be heavy. And just really press down with your legs. Press together with your forearms. Bring your hands back to the ground, straighten your arms. Tuck your back toe under. Lift your back knee up and sweep your right leg up to a three-legged dog. As you exhale, step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Turn your left foot out at a 45-degree angle and come up to a warrior one. Deep breath in. Exhale. Draw your inner thighs together. Try to point your hip points forward, but lower your pelvis at the same time. Push down with your feet. Push down with your heels. Take one more breath in. Exhale your hands down around your front foot. Pivot your back heel up and step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down through your heels. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Fold forward again. Exhale. Step your left leg back. Place your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, soften your shoulders away from your ears. And then try dragging your legs toward each other. Lengthen the sides of your waist as if you're being picked up by your armpits. One more breath in. Exhale your hands down around your front foot. Push down with your left hand and inhale your right arm up. Circle back as you exhale and down. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. One more inhale. Exhale your hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Step back to a downward facing dog. A burping dog. Inhale your left heel up. Bend your left knee and stack your hip over your right. Keep your armpits parallel to the ground. Stack your hips as best as you can. Lift up through that top knee, that top shin. Take one more breath in. And then exhale to bring your left knee to your left wrist. Shin across to the right. Walk your right leg straight back. You can even check that it's straight back behind you. And then come down onto your forearms. Head out. Press your palms together. That wasn't very ladylike. Reach your legs downward as your palms press together. Start to press yourself back upright. Root down through your hands, tuck your back toes under, and step back to a downward facing dog, or to a three-legged dog. And then step your left foot forward, turn your right foot out 45 degrees, reach up, warrior one. Exhale to settle your pelvis down, pull your right hip forward as you ground your right heel down. One more breath. Exhale your hands down around your front foot. Pivot your back heel up. Step forward, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach your arms out and up. Hands back to your heart. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep your left fingertips on the ground. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. Reach your right arm up and twist to the right. Reach up with your right hand. So let the twist be led by your shoulder blade rather than your hands. You're not reaching your hand back. You're reaching your hand up. Push down with your bottom hand. Reach up with your top. One more breath. Exhale your right hand back down. Keep your right fingers down. Straighten your left leg. Reach your left hand up. Twist to the left. On your next exhale, fold forward. Lift up halfway as you inhale. Fold forward. Walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Bring your knees to the ground. Then we're going to come onto our left side. I'm going to say left side so that way you guys can see me. You come onto the left side and you can either lay on your bicep or prop your head up. Have your knees bent, your heels together, and then lift your heels up. We're just going to do a few little, I don't like the term clamshell, so I'm going to say hip strengtheners. Just going to do 3 breaths of this. Draw your low belly up. Support yourself. Support your ribs. One more breath. And then lower your legs down. Pull your legs back. And then straighten your right leg in front of you like we did in that slow motion walking. And then you can come down onto your back. Reach your right hand around, and maybe you can even grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand in a pose that's sometimes called cat pulling its tail. Bit of a twist, bit of a hip stretch, bit of a thigh stretch, bit of a pretzel. And just be here for 3 breaths, 3 more breaths. Start to release your bottom foot, your top leg, and then flip around onto the other side. Either roll on your back or flip over on your mat. Bend your knees, heels together, lift your heels up, and then take 4 breaths, opening and shutting your knees, just getting that strength into the bum. Tone your low belly, draw your low ribs up. Last breath. And then release your feet down. Bring your knees back. And then sweep your left leg, your top leg forward. Reach your left hand back and around. Maybe grab a hold of that foot. If you can, you don't have to. I like to use my lower hand to hold on to the top leg. Otherwise I feel like I'm just going to spring back out of shape. And take 3 more breaths here. One more breath. Slowly release your bottom leg. Swing your top leg around. Come onto your back. And then from your back, let your knees drop apart, legs, feet, soles of your feet be together. Then bring your hands overhead. And just let yourself be in a reclined Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler pose, or bound angle, some call it. Start to bring your knees back up to center. We're going to cross our thighs. So cross your right thigh over your left. And then bring your knees up toward your chest. And now, here's the confusing part. So I'd like you to use your hands to grab a hold of your ankles, if you can. And try to pull your ankles toward the nearest shoulder. Some people may be able to grab the soles of their feet, hold on to the pinky edges of their feet. Or you're trying to almost like make a T shape with your legs. So your shins are the top of the T, and your thighs are intertwined as the vertical part. Take one more breath like this. As you exhale, slowly release your legs and then let them roll over to the left, coming into a rooted twist. Reach your arms out to the sides, turn your head to the right. Bring your legs back up to center, uncross your thighs, and then cross your left leg over your right. So going to the other side, knees up to your chest, grab a hold of your ankles, the soles of your feet, and then widen your feet, cross your thighs deeply, shins and thighs perpendicular to each other as best as you can. One more breath. Slowly release your feet. Keep your thighs crossed and let your legs roll over to the right. Roll your head to the left. And allow your legs to sort of be heavy and weighted with gravity. Draw your legs back up to center. Uncross your thighs. And then hug your knees into your chest. Place your feet back down, hip distance apart, heels in line with sits bones. And bring your hands either by your sides or overhead. Push down with your feet and start to just lift your hips up. Any amount. But whichever amount you do, try to tone your low belly so your low back is longer. And then stretch your knees toward the front of the room. Really press down with your heels and your toes. One more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly articulate your spine back down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Tuck your tailbone so that way you can even get each part of your lumbar touching before your bum goes down. And then straighten out your legs one at a time. Let your feet drop out to the sides. Let your hands come out to the sides. Close your eyes if you feel safe to. And allow your body to just sort of sink in and melt in to the relaxation, to the ever so important productiveness of being still and resting. Allow your breath to begin to deepen and lengthen. Start to feel your breath moving bits of energy around your body. Maybe by wiggling your fingers or your toes, you can start to realize that shift of energy. Maybe little micro bends into your knees or your elbows. A little slow motion shimmy into your hips and shoulders. Rock your head side to side. Lick your lips or roll your tongue over your teeth. And then take a nice big stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Inhale long. Exhale out your mouth. Take another long breath in. And out. Bend your knees one at a time. Place your feet on the ground and roll onto your right into the fetal position. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Allow yourself a moment to settle your hips down. Soften your eyes again or close them if you feel safe to. Shrug your shoulders up, take a deep breath in, and then drop them as you exhale. Do another inhale, shrug. Exhale, drop. Shake out your jaw, shake out your head. Take a deep breath in to reach your arms up. As you exhale, bring your palms together and let them land on your heart, across your chest or back in your lap. And take a moment to feel that gratitude for your body, for your movement, for your time and the investment you put into yourself. Thank you all for sharing your time and your attention with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever that means, whenever that is. Send me a message if there's anything you'd like to practice. Let me know when you've gone through this. Let me know how it goes. Thank you, everybody.